That is not patches. I need embiggens. Greetings everyone, Slizzle466 here, and in this video I want to give a little bit of a guide for Wild Aggro Druid. Now, Wild Aggro Druid is very dear to my heart. It is one of the first decks that I had a top 10 finish with at Legend, and just to give you an idea of what Aggro Druid looked like back when I used to play it at High Legend, this is from October 2017. This is the list I was running. So it looks a little bit similar to what we're used to seeing. We've got the Bloodsail Corsairs, we've got Patches in there, we've got Sir Finley. But you can see how it's a little, it's a little slower in the mid to late game. You've got your Crypt Lords, there are Jeeves in there because there's no Ferocious Reader. Living Mana's in there because this is before Devolve existed. I even think Patches had charged back then. But one big problem that I had during this meta was Spreading Plague as well as Void Lords. And so you can see here I've got a double Craze Alchemist teched in here, which would be absolutely a terrible idea right now, but it worked really well at the time. Now if we fast forward to the Darkmoon Faire expansion, this is where we're sitting right now for Aggro Druid. And there are a couple of different lists out there, and this is specifically the one that I enjoy the most. This is a list by Otka. He is one of the top players on the Asia server, as well as a partnered Twitch streamer. And one reason I specifically like this list, it's an anti-aggro list. So some red flags that you might see straight away that might concern you are the Ship's Cannon. Ship's Cannon is an anti-aggro tech, so if you're queuing into a lot of aggressive matchups such as, let's say, Discard Lock, Odd Paladin, Kingsbane Rogue, you really need the cannon shots to clear. Now, because the cannons are in there, you'll also see there's a Sharkfin Fan, which synergizes with your hero power. You'll also notice that there is no Lightning Bloom in this list. Most players have cut Lightning Bloom. It's just a little clunky, you don't really need it. It's great to have ridiculous high rolls at the beginning of the game, but then if you draw it in the mid to late game, it's pretty much a dead card. Now, there is one new card in this list, the Wriggling Horror. So it's a little bit like a Defender of Argus, but without the taunt, but it's 2 mana 2/1, so a lot cheaper. And so because you want to guarantee to have those 2 minions on the board, you're seeing cards such as Echoing Ooze sneaking into the list to just to guarantee you have more stuff on the board. You've also got the Nerebar Weblord in here, which is an incredible tech against Reno Priest to just mess up their battle cries. That's just to give one example. But this is just a really nice list. And once we start our first game, I'll start talking about how the mulligan works. Okay, so this is day 1 on the Asia ladder. I've already climbed a little bit up to Platinum 1. You currently can't see my rank because it's, oh, there it is. It was bugged for a little bit. So the mulligan of this deck is very straightforward. You always want to keep your Embiggens, your Bloodsail Corsair, your Mark of the Lotus, your Southsea Deckhand. I also like to keep the Nerebar Weblord in my opening hand. And if I have a particularly insane hand, I would also keep the Parachute Brigand. But the main thing I really want to get is the Embiggen. Now, we're up against a Paladin. Most likely it's going to be an Odd Paladin. We have the Embiggen. We just need to get the Pirate. Okay, so we still throw out the Embiggen. And as for next turn, I can either go with the Weblord, or I would consider playing Power of the Wild for a 3/2. Normally you don't play Power of the Wild for a minion, but in this case I didn't have a turn 1 minion, which is pretty unlikely, but that might be what we're going to have to do to have a chance here. Now it's kind of weird that this Odd Paladin is running Intrepid Initiate. I wasn't expecting that. I think I'm just going to go ahead and... I kind of want to play the Weblord. It makes, but they get a free trade with the 3-2. So you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and stay with my plan. Play my Panther. This means that they either have to do a 1 trade or a 2 trade. And I would anticipate they're going to do a 1 trade. Apparently I was wrong. In my mind, I would imagine they'd want to have 4 recruits to slam down the Warhorse Trainer next turn. Now I don't want to play this Weblord because I just top deck an Echoing Ooze, which is buffed from the Embiggen. I don't want to play this because it becomes a 5, so we'll just throw this down. As for next turn, I'm considering playing the 3/6 Nerebar Weblord and the Mark of the Lotus. It really does depend on what I top deck though, but this is a very awkward board for my opponent to deal with. So I still have a 3/4 up, which is great. So Wriggling Horror is at 3. So the question here is, do I want a Hero Power and Weblord? Or do I want to Weblord and Lotus? Now, I don't have the Quartermaster turn yet. That's coming up. So I actually want to go with... I think I'm going to go with this. And if I do this play, it means that I have to commit to the face. There's no point me trading a 1/1 there. And this also means that next turn, I am threatening 10 damage. Plus another, yeah, I'm threatening 10 damage with the buff. Okay, so there's a Warhorse Trainer. And I would imagine we're going to see some trades here. Okay. So the 4/7 is still there, which is great. I think I want to aim the 4/7 into the Warhorse Trainer. I think that's what I'd like to do. There's also the Quartermaster turn coming up. But I do think we need to get rid of that. And I think I want to go with the following. Keep in mind, this is going to make the Quartermaster cost 7. So I'm going to go with this play. And because I got to be careful of the positioning, if I put this in the middle, that would be bad. I want to put it here because I would like to position the Wriggling Horror between these two. Now this is going to force my opponent to possibly have to trade... Actually, the Quartermaster's not 7, the Quartermaster's now 9. So this makes their life really awkward.
The light dims, but we fight.
Okay, so they opted to keep both Weblords up, which is interesting. It does cause me problems too. It looks like they just considered doing a triple hit there on that 4/5. It looks like they're going to do it. Okay, so amazingly we haven't pulled Patches out of the deck yet. So here we go. And then we'll just go in here and deal with that. Now you might think to yourself, why is there a Southsea deckhand in this list? There are no weapons. It doesn't synergize with your hero power. It's a 1-mana 2/1. It's the best you're gonna get for a pirate. So it's pretty standard just to use the Southsea deckhand. Now we're pushing 9 damage, 10 with the hero power next turn. I'm happy that we've seen a Righteous Protector go away, because Righteous Protectors are a big problem for our deck to deal with. Oh, it looks like they're gonna trade off here, I would imagine. That Broom is pretty unfortunate. But they don't have a board. There's a Ship's Cannon. I'm gonna go ahead and play this, and I'm just gonna give it the buff as well. I don't need to buff 2 minions, and that's a 4-3. That's a 5-6. That's pretty good.
Reporting for duty. To arms, men.
Now, this is the critical point where we have to say to ourselves, if we don't go face, we're not going to win. Now, my opponent has 12 damage on board. Yes, they might kill me next turn. I'm aware of that. However, I need to kill them on my next turn. So trading, to quote Memnarch, would be a sign of weakness. If you know Memnarch. I kind of want to get life tap, to be honest. I'm going to go ahead and life tap. Okay. Okay, so our opponent needs 4 damage. Do they have it?
To arms, men.
They have it. Unfortunate. But can't play around the second quartermaster. So I think I'm happy with how that game turned out. Okay, let's try another one. We actually were pretty unlucky that last game. We didn't have that crazy high roll that you normally see from an aggro druid. So in this case, I don't want... Actually, I want the Web Lord. So we'll go ahead and keep the Web Lord. And we drew Patches the Pirate. Oh dear. Okay, as expected, Odd Demon Hunter. Well, they didn't draw their patches, but I got a Brigand. That's not bad. Now, I want to keep that for a potential weapon they're going to play, so we will throw the patches out here. Very important that I very quickly emote my opponent, squelch my opponent, because they're going to laugh at me. And I'm a very fragile person.
Hey, I got you, friend.
Okay, so those trades make sense. Looks like they're considering... Oh, interesting. I would have value traded if it was me. Okay, Sharkfin Fan. I think I like this just to kind of slow him down a little bit. Yes, they can kill it, but again, it just slows him down a little bit because I am struggling on board right now. Very well. Wasn't expecting that. Ooh, cannon is very nice. So why don't we... Wish I had a bit more mana, but unfortunately I don't. I'm just gonna have to play the 1 pirate, unfortunately. We hope it hits the 1-2. Nope. We tried. Very well. Well, they don't have a weapon, but they have a board. Okay, so goodbye cannon. Okay, so here I'm going to go with Sharkfin Fan, Hero Power. Hit the pirate for some bizarre reason. They're running a South Sea Captain. And I guess I don't want to chuck out the pirate for no reason. I don't see the point. I might get lucky and get my other cannon next turn. That's not very nice. There's Embiggen. Well, this is a pretty unfortunate turn, but it's the best I can do. I'm not even gonna hit. What we need is Voracious Reader. Oh dear.
They will never catch me.
This is not good. Well, Sir Finley, unfortunate timing. At least we can see what our next card was going to be. Savage Roar. Very well. Well, that didn't go very well. Okay, well, now we're playing the game of, can we actually win a game of Aggro Druid? We got a Warlock. Okay, our hand is again pretty awful.
The forest fights back.
I'll keep the Weblord. Weblord is useless against Cube, but it's great against Dark Glare. Especially with their pen flingers and all their nonsense. Or discard, it's fine. Oh my goodness. Unbelievable. Actually, unbelievable. I think it's important that you witness that content creators get very unlucky too. I haven't been cutting games between here. This is the third game in a row recording. And you can see how sometimes things just don't go your way. Ever. I'm gonna buff it. That's how desperate I am. I wouldn't have done that if I didn't have the Voracious Reader. They're gonna have to go face, yep. There we go. Minions. Now, I actually consider that more of a threat, so I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of that. If they want to get some extra cards, good for them. But once those Tiny Knight of Evil start scaling out of control, it's very hard for me, the Aggro Druid, to deal with them. Ooh, that's a good one. That's okay. Another Soulfire, oh my goodness. That just happened. Now, classic misplay would be to go Weblord into Sidekick, because the Sidekick would be 4. So what we're going to do is go Reader into Sidekick.
I got you, friend.
Okay. I was hoping for minions, but I'll take some cards that can buff my minions. Oh my goodness. Okay, good, it went face. That makes me happy. Echoing Ooze. I like that. Then I'll play the Weblord. Trade in there. Now the question is, where's that Doom Guard going to aim into? I think we're going to see it aim into the 1/4 would be what I would imagine. And if that's the case, I have a feeling we might have 3 minions survive, which means we might Savage Raw. Except they got Nightshade, Matron number 2, and discarded a Hand of Gul'dan, which is unfortunate. Oh dear. Well then. This really hurts, but I got a Savage Raw. So this can go here. This can go here. And this can go here. And then they go 3/6, and they have lethal with their merchant. Unfortunate. Oh dear. D-ranked. Okay. Can I win a game, please? Priest. Okay. I got in a big one. There we go. I'll also keep my Weblord. Haven't got my pirate. Come on, pirate. Grr. I'm just gonna throw it out because I'm gonna Weblord next turn. And then this is pretty much useless. Because I drew the ooze though, I'm gonna throw out the cannon. Change your plan. Okay, that's okay. This is not my day to play Hearthstone. It is not my day. That is the 3rd game in a row drawing patches. This is not bad though. Do the patches squelch, and I will trade that. Okay, it's a pretty juicy board. They can't Kazakus, they can't Raza, they can Mass Hysteria though. Reader top deck gives us a chance. Okay, that's not bad. Our opponent has Raza on 5. Okay, to the library. Renew, okay. RNG is fun. I have no idea what to expect now. Oh. They're gonna go for a 1 mana potion, I would anticipate. They probably want to deal damage and freeze something. Or that. That's unfortunate. Why'd they heal face? That's silly. They should have healed the minion. Okay, so let's go with this, and get rid of that. So they got a little bit of a punish there by not healing the Kazakus. We have 16 damage next turn. Possibly more. They need to Psychic Scream. That's their out here. Do they have it? They don't. Oh, what is this though? Holy Smite. Oh dear. Breath of the Infinite. Could have been worse. Ah, Weblord, my friend. Hello. I can buff it up to a 4 attack minion. But I'm also concerned about Spirit Lash, which we haven't seen yet. So we do this first. And I will... Oh, I misordered that. Oh no. I just missed a damage. Okay. I missed 1 damage.
Your wish is my suggestion.
What would they get off that? Shadow Flame? Yep. Unfortunate. Savage Roar is not lethal yet. Now, unfortunately, they can Reno. They can Reno for 8. Scream is still bad. They're going for another Zeph, maybe? Oh.
Mind if I roll need?
Interesting. 3, 5, 7, 8. I'm 3 off. Oh, hi, I'm biggin. I'm gonna have to Savage Roar to get rid of that, which I'm not happy about. Now keep in mind, I did miss 1 damage earlier, so technically they should be at 2. Let's see if that misplay is gonna hurt us or not. Slash.
We're gonna be rich.
Well, it's another loss in the bag.
I can't win them all.
This video does not end till we win. This could be a long video at this rate. Okay. Can I not lose? We have a pirate. That is not Patches. I need him biggins. Everyone calm down. Everything's gonna be okay. We only drew patches 4 games in a row. It's fine. It's fine. That's okay. We have Voracious Reader, Mark of the Lotus next turn. That's a very big priesty thing to do. I still think it's Reno Priest though. Okay. We're getting cards. Cards are good. Next turn, we can Voracious Reader, hopefully a 1 or 2 drop Mark of the Lotus. Our opponent looks like they're having a nothing turn, which I'm a fan of. Oh, they're running Mana Feeder Panthara. Cute. I'd actually like to top deck my Nerebar Weblord. That would be really good. This is acceptable too.
Let me work my magic.
I will trade. Okay, I have lethal next turn. Are they going to coin Reno? I have 14, 16, 18, 22, 24, 26, 28. Oh, they do not have Reno. I believe we have won a game. Unless they somehow got coin Shadow Word Horror. That would upset me. This doesn't upset me too much. That's pretty annoying though. Please stop doing things. Eight, 10, 12, 14, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21? This might be lethal. I'm just going to go for it. It's not. I'm thinking of the cannon shots. I think I might be. Oh, we won a game. It's a miracle. I swear this deck is good. If you want to try it for yourself, make sure you don't draw patches 4 games in a row. And if you want to support this channel, you can click the subscribe button, click that bell, and until next time, hope to see you again.